everyone, welcome back to YouTube classes. It's Divya here with class 9 physics. Now in our last class we have seen about the image formation of your plane mirrors, isn't it? For plane mirrors and some terms related to that. Now today in our class we are going to come to a new topic, that is spherical mirrors. Till now you have seen plane mirrors. Now we are coming to next topic, that is spherical mirrors. So in this class we will see what are the types of spherical mirrors and what are some important terms related to these spherical mirrors. Now to start with, let us see what is a spherical mirror. Now you can simply define spherical mirror as a reflecting surface which is a part of a hollow sphere. Okay. Now, if this is going to be a hollow sphere, either the reflecting part, it can be this side or it can be this side, isn't it? So either of the side or a reflecting surface which is a part of a sphere, you can call it as a spherical mirror. Now you already know that, like your normal mirror, spherical mirror also, one of the side will be a silvered surface. Any one side will be a silvered surface. Okay. Now I told you it can be either this side or it can be the inner side. So automatically spherical mirrors can be of different types. Now let us see what are the types of spherical mirrors. Now I told you mirrors as a part of a hollow sphere, you call it as a spherical mirrors. Now spherical mirrors, it is of two types, concave mirror and convex mirror. Okay. Now when you talk about this concave mirror, see, this concave mirror is formed by silvering the outer surface or the bulging part of the hollow sphere. Okay. Got it? Now what about convex mirror? Convex mirror, it is actually made by silvering the inner surface of your hollow sphere. Got it? Now this concave mirror, you call it as a converging mirror, and convex mirror you call it as a diverging mirror. Why you call concave as a converging mirror? Because whenever the light rays are falling onto the concave mirror and when it is reflecting back, where those parallel rays all will reflect back at the same point, or it converges to a particular point directly. Okay, but when you consider the case of a convex mirror, it is not like that. If you see the figure, it is clear to you. See, once the light rays are going to fall, it is going to reflect back like this. So here, like you have your virtual and real image, here also what you are going to do, you are extending or making it to converge to a point, or you can say in other words, whatever rays falling on the convex mirror, it appears to be diverging from a particular point, isn't it? So that is why you call convex mirror as a diverging mirror and concave mirror as a converging mirror. Now let us come to some important terms related to your mirrors. Okay. Now the first one is going to be center of curvature. Now center of curvature, as you know, it will be the exact center of the hollow sphere of which the mirror is going to be a part of it. The next term you are going to have is pole. Pole is actually, it is the geometric center of your spherical mirror you are going to take. Suppose this you are going to take as the mirror part, isn't it? Then whatever be the geometric center of the particular mirror you are going to take, that will be the pole. Here in this case, the exact geometric center, here it is going to be the pole. Okay. Now the next term what you are going to have is radius of curvature. Now radius of curvature means the radius of the sphere of which it is going to be a part, that is, if from the center of curvature to the pole. This is what is actually your radius, isn't it? So that is only the radius of curvature of the pole, or the distance between the center of curvature and the pole. You can call it as the radius of curvature. Now next what you have is your Principal axis. Principal axis is nothing, it is a straight line joining your pole and center of curvature. Okay, so this line you call it as the principal axis. Now you have aperture. Okay, aperture means it is only the plane surface area of this surface area, this plane surface area of the mirror through which the light rays are going to enter or fall or pass through or reflect, whatever be the surface area, the total surface area through which all the reflections or the rays are going to pass, you call it as the aperture of your spherical mirror. So when you come back to the previous figure, you can see all the terms right here. That is, this is going to be the center of curvature, then radius of curvature, it is marked here. What is the principal axis? Then this is going to be the pole, and this surface area, total surface area, this is going to be the aperture. Okay. The next important term what you are going to have is the focus of a mirror. Okay, focus of a mirror. Now this focus of a mirror is actually, it will be a point always on the principal axis. It will be a point always on the principal axis, such that the whatever light rays are incident parallel to the principal axis, they after reflection will be coming to a point. Okay, that particular point you call it as the focus of the particular mirror. Now as I told you earlier, in case of a concave mirror, no problem, after it light rays parallel, after reflection all the light rays are going to fall onto a particular point, isn't it? So whatever be, it is going to reflect back onto the same side, or it is going to be converging to be on a particular point. That point you call it as the focus. Now in case of a convex mirror, I told you it appears to be diverging from a particular point. After coming and falling onto the mirror, it appears to be falling on it and reflecting or diverging from a particular point. Here we are going to extend it backwards, and you are going to make a point altogether, and that point in case of a convex mirror you call it as the focus of a convex mirror, and that is diverging mirror, and concave is going to be a converging mirror, right? So today in our class we have seen what is a spherical mirror, the types of spherical mirrors, and the important terms related to your spherical mirror. Okay, so this has to be very clear to you. This is very important when you go with the next topic, that is your image formation. Okay, so if you have any doubt related to this topic, you can put it in the comment box. With this, we are winding up today's portion. Thank you. Stay safe.